first opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
I got homies that can sleep without two. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Come pop it for me, cause I'm rich and poppin' in. Yeah. Drill. Little bit.
60 Bison.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Taylor. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Colts send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
41-yard line.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Lock with a quick throw out to Judy. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ready.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Lock. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Just 1 catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Okay, ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? With the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 3rd and long, it's Lock. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
First down, Denver.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Denver.
Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
We never know just when it's our time and legends have gone and we don't know why. But before they go, look here go toast. We'll give them a rose, but they still alive. I feel like a prince, I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills, cause I was a blessed with no one can feel. Don't know how it feels. I wanted to flex and coast and chill. I'm making a flip. My life is a flick.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
39-yard line.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. That's out to the left, flat and complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Mike 54. No gain on this defense. No gain. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
40-yard line.
team, I'll be the camp, I'll be the crew. You need to win, who need to win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been a...
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. They'll run with Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. He's going to fire one deep left side. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon.
Here we go, Shaq. Viking 18.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Broncos 7, Colts nothing.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Tighten up, tighten up. Bronco 80. Check. Fresno.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts them in better shape here for 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
You ain't going. Tempo. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
Sack. 19 Tiger. In your face. 60 Bison. Watch it.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5.
He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now the 2nd down throw on target.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Pull it together.
Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him work.
Pittsburgh. Here it comes, here it comes. Let's go, let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
18, chopper, chopper. Exit.
From the gun, it's Lock. Now Lock, he lost the football, it's out. And the Colts pick it up. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30. Past the 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Colts 14, Broncos 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things and you don't...
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The linebacker Darius Leonard applied the heat. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner, back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
10-yard loss.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On is the punter Charlton now, as he's able to get this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Set. 50. Plant. Check three.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
To try again after the sack. Locke. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Denver.
On the ready. Chopper. They gonna need some. Why? Who? What's the twist? What's the twist? Mike 9. There you go.
Shotgun snap to Lock. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley. They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 7, Lock. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? But we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On first down, it's Lindsey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Block working out of the gun. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
Denver.
Into the red zone, it's Lock. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Locke again. He's got his tight end Fant. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 2 catches now in this divisional round match. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos have broken the tie. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Broncos 21, Colts 14.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
24-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
At the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burns. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
He'll try and run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Second down and 8.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough third and 9.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead and the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. They'll have a first down past the 40, 30, the 20, and all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown.
Philip Lindsay. 75 yards, and the Broncos will extend their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Get out my way, Lil. Get out my way, Lil. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. For a coupe, for a season, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Focus, defense, focus. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
They're running it. 25, 19. Cup 19.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he almost intercepted it.
The pass.
They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
And 6 yards to go.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Check. Panther 11.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Hey, smash. Mike 29. 18, Pioneer. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
At the 10-yard line.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
47's the Mike, boys. 47. Check. 47.
Back to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
2nd and 5.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29.
And this is intercepted. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he gets this up past the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hang with us. Hey, switch gears.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a first down. Second and 10.
Hey, we got three down. Out. Check 20. 60 Eagle.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round. It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time through the air. 43 yards.
First and 10.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that's a wrap for